Charlotte's in the show. Charlotte's in
What nobody's on.
the Kish with Dish.
Okay. The Kish.
This week, we surprised the chefs with something most of them had never done before. A fish boil.
What up, Andy? What do we get? What do we got?
For your elimination challenge, the All-Stars will be doing your shopping.
Any actual kimchi?
Yes, I got actual kimchi.
Great, I appreciate you.
Good luck.
I got you some crayfish to help flavor the broth. There wasn't any fennel, but I did get you red onion. When you see everything else, don't get overwhelmed, just like focus.
In the end, Sue was eliminated on a dish he made from ingredients that Top Chef All-Star Gregory Gourdet had chopped for him. Sue was giving you his grocery list. Was this what you were expecting him
Not at all.
to do? No.
Oh, really?
Not at all.
You were saying you wanted to go Southeast Asian route. This is not what I would have thought
No,
would
not
end
at
up
all.
on the plate.
The fish itself is terribly bland.
Well, today I've invited Gregory to join me, and I'm gonna give him a challenge. I have right here all the ingredients that he bought for Sue. That's right, we keep receipts around here, and I wanna know what Gregory is gonna make with all of this. This is the Dish with Kish. All right, Gregory, welcome back. Look at us. New outfit, new day. Okay, does this terrify you?
First things
Again?
first. First rule of Top Chef, don't use everything.
Right,
So
yeah.
we're gonna get into it.
I remember Sue's fish boil dish.
Yeah.
There were parts of it that just didn't go together.
Yeah, it lacked focus. He wanted to go in like a Southeast Asian direction, but I don't think he quite got there.
They had an example of an actual Door County fish boil.
Yes.
Very simple. Onions, potatoes, fish, water,
Yeah,
salt.
yeah.
That's it.
And it was good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was
Yeah.
flavorful.
Yeah.
It was seasoned well.
Fish was cooked perfectly.
Yeah.
When you overcomplicate something or use too many ingredients and you're scared to make something so simple because there's nowhere to hide.
To remind everybody what Sue made, he
Yeah.
did
Pineapple beurre blanc. He did.
potatoes with chimichurri.
Yes.
Already, we're a little
yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
And then there's this onion.
And corn slaw.
Right.
But it was kind of like a
Casserole?
Like a casserole.
I love a casserole. I love a
This
casserole.
is fitting for the time and place.
Right.
But
He had crumbled up corn nuts.
yeah.
And he used it as like a breadcrumb topping, but the
yeah.
problem is they got
too much.
wet.
Is corn cooked? I feel like the corn is raw.
It feels raw.
Is it supposed to be raw?
I don't
Maybe?
know.
He said slaw. I don't know. It tasted like a raw casserole, like before you bake it and it doesn't really come together. Out of all of this, when you're
Yeah.
looking at this,
You know,
what would you make?
I love the traditional fish boil. I love the history behind it. But I think today we're gonna make a nice bouillon. We'll start some water. We'll add some focused aromatics. We'll add some umami. And then we'll throw in some vegetables. We'll throw in our white fish. And that will be our dish.
Well, I will say all the chefs really struggled with imparting flavor into their fish. The traditional fish boil is like that very vigorous, aggressive boil.
Yeah.
All of them were scared to actually boil the
Yeah,
fish. So they
yeah.
all did this like gentle
Yeah,
cook,
yeah.
which then yielded this product as like kind of bland. Fish doesn't take long to cook.
No.
So you have a very short window of time to impart as much flavor as possible, which can be a challenging thing, whether you're doing a giant fish boil or just a nice fish stew at home. So I'm curious to see how you're gonna do it.
All right,
Are you gonna use all of this?
I am definitely not going to use all of this.
I did bring corn nut snack because I do
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
love a corn nut.
Yeah, as a snack, they're great.
Oh.
All right, so we'll get a Dutch oven. It's definitely gonna bring us some peeled garlic.
Steph!
Coming!
I don't want to peel my garlic.
I'm coming!
This is fun.
I know. What's up?
Chef. Excuse me, chef.
Yes. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
I peeled in my
Stunning.
hand.
Oh, good.
You know?
Enjoy.
So I'm gonna keep pretty much everything in the broth. So I'm gonna cut it in a way that we can present it later.
So you're not just using it to flavor the broth, you're using it to serve it.
Yeah, we're gonna serve it. When we're boiling aromatics, it's really important that we let them go for enough time to get that kind of raw flavor out of it. We'll do some tomato, and this will just add some umami, and this will cook down.
Tomato seeds and pods in raw tomatoes are one of the highest umami flavor profiles.
Yes.
And so many
Yeah.
people were taught to concasse and take out the seeds.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
in reality, the seeds are
Yeah.
probably texturally the most interesting part.
We'll do a kombu, everyone's favorite ingredient.
really is.
Everyone's always trying to get as much umami into their food as possible.
That was universally a tough challenge for everyone.
I think it's also interesting when you're presented with such an important cooking style or cooking method and you're asked to recreate it. The first time you saw the fish boil, I mean, come on, it's crazy.
I was like, there's no way this needs to happen like this. And then you realize like some things have withstood the test of time for a reason.
For a reason, yeah.
But none of them actually boiled over because the water wasn't high enough.
Yeah.
The chefs never brought it to a boil, so it never had that head start. They all were at this low simmer. So as soon as the kerosene hit, it just kind of came up to a higher simmer.
Well, nothing boiled over. That's not good.
And that was, I think, a problem because the fish didn't really take on all the flavor it could have.
I would have ripped it.
It was proven to work in front of you.
So we have a little bit of this smoked herring. So I use a lot of smoked herring. It's a very important ingredient in both Haitian and West African culture. But in keeping with the history of the region, they also had smoked herring. I'm gonna use this just to flavor the broth. A little bit's gonna go a long way.
And so kind of in the same way that you over-season your water when you're cooking pasta, you want this to be more concentrate? So
you know, we still need to cook the potatoes. I wanna cook the corn in here. What you do wanna watch out is, you know, kombu and the smoked herring are really, really strong. So we're going to pull our kombu, and our smoked herring is kind of disintegrated into this. Pull it, because we just wanted it to add flavor. Do you want to shuck some corn?
Oh, yeah. Were there any dishes during your time competing on Top Chef that you look back and you're like, I didn't need to use all those things?
Oh, God. Yes. There was a dessert challenge, and it was like a blind tasting challenge, and you could use all the ingredients that you had guessed properly.
Right.
Dried cherries next. Guava paste next. I have poor vision, but that heightens my other senses. Tarragon, next please.
How you doing, Gregory?
Oh, you know, just pastry challenge. Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm so excited to have so many ingredients. Coconut, guava paste, pepitas, lychee, and dried cherries. We're gonna make a chocolate curd with some cherries, some frozen coconut ice. I think that's all I can fit in this dish. It was like all over the place.
You weren't required to use all the ingredients.
Not at all.
It happens to the best of us,
It happens to the best of us. That's why we're editing. Cooking the fish skin on, bone in. I think it's a great way to preserve a lot of the fat. It helps keep the fish really tender. And of course, cooking anything on the bone adds more flavor and helps the structure. So I am going to season my fish. One of the key elements of building layers, we'll add our fish, and we officially have our fish in a boil. Let's rip it.
I think we should.
Rip it. Let it rip.
No one's getting kicked off today.
But the thing is, the whitefish is so fatty, it can take the boil. And like, that's the whole point of it all.
So while we wait for the fish to boil, how is it to be reunited with so many of our Top Chef alums?
It's the best.
It is.
It's the best.
Yeah. Did you know who was going before you were going?
I mean, me, Maylin, and I tell each other everything. So it's like, are you going? Are you going? Like, who's going? You know? But yeah, we kind of just like heard more and more people were coming, like Jeremy, Justin. So it's like really exciting.
You know, I think it's so funny. You know how they're like, don't talk to anybody. What they don't know is that we're all actually already talking. I'm so sorry. We're friends. This is what the Top Chef community does. It makes and breeds friendship. So like with your friends, you like tell people. Are you gonna fire me now?
We're gonna get me in trouble.
Okay, so you might get fired. Okay. Also, by the way, so like on Top Chef, they take away your phones. Like you take away your wallets, your phones, your sanity, your freedom, everything. I got to keep my phone this time. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. The other side.
The other side. And I was going through all the stories, and there was a picture of you, Shona, May, Jeremy, Justin, Sarah, all out to dinner. I'm just like, gosh, people know, because everyone is on high alert that Top Chef is filming. Should we put that on my story? I like breaking the rules.
Don't get me in trouble.
I'm not gonna get you in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble. Look at it. It's so shrunk down that you can't see where we are, what we're doing. I got fired.
Yes,
I'm
you can't be
getting fired.
posting pictures. What are you guys doing?
But also,
It wasn't us.
Ron, the Top Chef effect is real in so many levels.
Yeah, well.
Creating friendships, it's incredibly real.
Yeah.
And so it's not like everyone is always.
Yeah, see, look at that.
It's not like everyone is always like in everyone's business.
Well, the secrets are very real on Top Chef too, so let's try to maintain that moving forward.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so in the traditional spirit
Oh, yeah.
of fish boil, we have our corn, we have our potatoes, and we have our fish.
That looks beautiful.
We'll do a little bit of the broth for flavor. And then maybe just like a little bit of herb, et voila. We have our Wisconsin fish boil inspired fish boil.
Thank you. Is there a 6 o'clock, a 5 o'clock, anyway?
The fish is 6 o'clock.
Heard.
Thank you.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Do you want sprinkling a quick?
No, I'm triggered. Fish is good.
The broth
Boiled
actually
fish.
soaks through, unlike some of the fish that we had.
Because this fish is so fatty, because it's skin on, because it's on the bone, it does stand to the oil.
You could put anything into this broth, and it would take it on because it's not concentrate.
Yeah.
But it is definitely concentrated in flavor. There are so many different components in your fish boil, but everything came together. And that's when it becomes, for me, a memorable dish.
Well, I'm glad you like it,
Well
Chef.
done. Thank you everyone for watching. Join me next week with Buddha Low as the chefs lay it all on the table. That sounds like a newscaster, huh?
Great work. Thank you, Greg.
I'm taking this. Thank you. I am bringing the corn nuts.